In today's video, we're going to be covering the top 10 sneakers of the year for 2021, but not according to my personal taste, my personal preference. We're actually going to be going over the list that Complex compiled. And if you guys don't know Complex, they're one of the largest like online magazines, blogs when it comes to culture and like hip hop culture, sneaker culture, hypebeast culture. So I figured this would be a fun list to react to. And also, if you haven't seen the list, I'll leave it linked down below. You guys can check it out and react with me, or you can just watch this video and you'll get the full list. All right, so to start things off at number 10, we have the New Balance 2002 R Protection Pack. Now, you guys have probably heard that New Balance has had a very strong year in 2021. However, this shoe is just not it for me. I'm not feeling these at all. They call these the protection pack, and honestly, I feel like you won't need to wear any protection if you're if you're trying to go after someone, because this is a shoe that will steer girls clear from you. At least that's what I think. I'm not a fan of this shoe in the slightest. It says here the release date was on August 20 and they retail for $150 US. Now, I'm not sure how popular New Balance is and like these kind of particular models are in Canada. I feel like this is a much more American kind of thing. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm just not shopping at the right places for my New Balances, but these New Balances were a straight pass for me. I think I saw my boy Sean Go post these on his Instagram, and someone commented something like, how much did New Balance pay you to post these garbage shoes? And honestly, I think these shoes are just not my style at all. I'm not a fan of these. I would probably, you probably couldn't pay me to wear these, honestly. I'd like New Balance, just not this particular silhouette. On to number 9. Number 9 is a super popular sneaker, so I'm not surprised that these made the list for Complex. We're talking about the Air Jordan 11 Cool Gray. Every single holiday season, Jordan Brand pumps out another retro 11 colorway, and the Cool Gray one is one of the most popular, like fan favorite colorways that they released. Now, I don't believe this was an OG colorway. However, it's like treated like an OG colorway in the world of sneakerheads, just because of how clean of a colorway it is. Like, just look at this thing. The Jordan 11 Cool Gray is so nice. Now, unfortunately, I'm not a person who really likes to wear Jordan 11s, so this was a pass for me. It's one of those shoes I'm going to appreciate from afar and probably never think about actually buying for myself. And the retail price on these was $225 US, probably like 300 something Canadian. The retail price is pretty high in Canada, and these dropped on December 11th. And just a heads up, if you guys want to cop any of the sneakers I mentioned today, I'll leave links down below to places like StockX where you guys can check out what the current market value for these shoes are. On to number 8. Number 8 is a shoe I would just not even touch, not even think about the honorable mentions when it comes to the best sneakers of the year. Number 8 are the Adidas Yeezy 450. Yeah, these monstrosities. I love Adidas. I love Yeezy brand. I love the sneakers they put out. However, this one is just a little too far gone for me. This one looks like it could be some alien footwear. It is just not a kind of shoe you'd ever catch me dead wearing. Like, maybe I'd wear it for fun, to experiment and style, but to pay the full retail price for this shoe and to wear them casually, I just don't think maybe I'm just not drippy enough for this shoe. That could be it, you know? But I feel like this is a shoe that would look amazing depending on who styles the shoe. You just have to have a very unique kind of style to rock the shoe and actually pull it off. The retail price for these was $200 US, and they originally dropped on March 6th. However, they did see 1 to 2 restocks throughout the year. I actually bought them as part of like an eBay brand deal, and I have not wanted to put them on my feet. I'm actually going to sell them. We are doing a big sneaker sale, so if you guys want to be a part of my sneaker sale, just reach out to me on Instagram, and we'll add you to the close friends list, and we'll get the sale underway. With that said, this was a pass for me. I don't know why they put it on the top 10 list, but hey, this is Complex list, not mine. Coming in at number 7 is another sneaker I don't think I would ever consider to put in my own top 10 list, but this is Complex's list. So we have the Comme des Garçons x Nike Air Foamposite 1. Now, the Foamposite silhouette is a shoe that not too many sneakerheads in the current day and age of like the meta of what's super popular. Like, foams are not super popular right now, okay? Foams, I think they like peaked their popularity just around the time when I was getting into sneakers. I think they had done like the Galaxy Foamposites, and they even did like a Yeezy Solar colorway for the Foamposites, and they pretty much ended that era. So to see Nike release Foamposites again like this is really interesting to me. I'm not really a fan of this Comme des Garçons collaboration. It is really simple though. It is pretty much an all black Foamposite. Now, Now, if you like the shoe, you're gonna be in for a harsh reality check because it is a collaboration with a designer house. So these retailed for $520 US. Holy smokes, that is steep. So you're gonna have to really like these foams if you want them for retail. I honestly think this is a shoe that you could potentially see at like Nike outlets depending on where you're from. But yeah, Foamposites have always historically been a pretty expensive sneaker just from the get-go, but to see them at the retail price for this collaboration is just mind-blowing for me. And the fact that it's at the top 10 list for Complex really has me scratching my head. But hey, this is a really unique list apparently, so let's keep going and see how deep we can get on this list. This is also becoming like the best and the worst sneakers of 2021. Like some of these I don't understand. But anyways, I digress. Let's get to the next shoe. Coming in at number 6 is a sneaker I actually like. Like I genuinely like the shoe. I just don't like how the shoe was released. We're talking about the Air Jordan 1 Trophy Rooms. Yeah, this is a very iconic sneaker of 2021. They're also called the backdoor ones because of how many pairs were backdoored before the official release date. So if you're a hypebeast who loves things that are exclusive, if you're a Jordan 1 fan who loves anything Chicago related, these are based off of course the Chicago 1 Jordan High. It's just the release was really sloppy. I think they made like 12,000 pairs and I think more than half of them were backdoored before the release, so it left a really bad taste in the mouths of a lot of sneakerheads. To find out that, you know, more than half of the inventory for the shoe was sold before the actual release day is really heartbreaking. So if you want the shoe, this was basically a shoe that had a modified retail price for the resale value that it sold at. Now, don't get me wrong, it's a fantastic shoe. I love the details on it. I love the colorway. I love the color blocking. The storytelling on it is really cool. It's just the way that the release was handled really put some negative points on this shoe, but it's cool to see that Complex did spotlight the shoe on their top 10 list for shoes of the year. And these released back on February 10th for $190 US. But anyways, let's get on to sneaker number 5. We have another pair of New Balances on the list. These are the Joe Freshgoods X New Balance 990 V3. Now, this is a shoe that is also very bold, just like the number 10 slot. However, I feel like I could get with these a little more. The actual model itself isn't as very strange and appalling. These don't have sort of a distressed look going on with them. It's just the colorway. The colorway is so obscure and so unique. It's like a tan brown mixed with aqua and green. It feels like a shoe that a superhero would wear. Not something I would typically find myself wearing or even think about buying, but it is a really cool and unique pair. So I'll give it that. It's definitely out there. It definitely stands out. It's just not a shoe that I would ever consider putting in my top 10. And these dropped on September 10th for $220 US. I'm really curious to see what the resale value for these shoes are. On to number 4. Number 4 is a sneaker I decided to take off my top 10 Jordan 1 High list because of the circumstances of the artist collaborating on the shoe. But we have the Travis Scott X Fragment Air Jordan 1 High for 2021. This is a fantastic shoe. Like if we take apart all the stuff that went down this year with Travis Scott and the tragedy that happened at Astroworld, it just as a shoe, it is really strong. However, with everything that went down, it definitely does hurt the factor, like the coolness factor of the shoe. Like a lot of brands are even disassociating themselves with Travis Scott. They want nothing to do with him. For now, even the upcoming Jordan 1 Low Travis Scotts, those are on an indefinite hold, and there's actually rumors of Nike wanting to cut ties with Travis Scott in 2022. So we're gonna see how that all plays out. But the shoe as a whole, it looks really clean. I'm a huge fan of Fragment, so to see them come back again and collaborate on a Jordan 1 with Travis Scott was really interesting to see. We already knew that before this shoe released, it was gonna be one of the most hyped up sneakers of the year. You have Travis Scott, you got Fragment, you got Jordan 1 High. You basically have the 3 pieces of Exodia, if there was only 3 pieces and not 5, all come together for a massive shoe release. Now this would have been shoe of the year for a lot of people, and probably for Complex too. I believe that, yeah, it says here in the bio of the shoe, they definitely deduct points for what happened this year, but regardless, it's still a fantastic shoe on its own, and so that's why it's at number 4 on Complex's list. Coming in at number 3, this one is a really interesting one. We have the Off-White Nike Dunk Low, the 50. So if you guys don't know about the 50, you guys probably live under a rock because it was a huge deal. But Off-White and Nike dropped 50 different versions of the Off-White Nike Dunk Low that all have a very familiar kind of look. However, there were subtle changes in the accent colors on the shoe when it comes to the little eyelets, the laces, small little tags on the shoe. They did change up the color. Now the cool thing about the shoe is that they actually released these on the Nike sneaker app or whatever in a way which favored people who took L's throughout the years on other Off-White or just other Jordan sneakers on the Nike app or the sneakers app. So these shoes were actually like meant to go to people who usually take L's on releases on sneakers, which is it's interesting. You know, it's a cool concept. It's kind of like a consolation sneaker. Hey, we know it sucks, it's really hard to get sneakers you want, but we see your track record of taking L's, so we're gonna hand you this W. So I like the fact that Nike did that. I don't think they released in Canada, just for that matter, because we don't have a sneakers app. But if we did, I would have tried in the morning at 6 a.m. We still have 6 a.m. morning drops here in Canada. Kind of brutal. On to number 2, we have the Air Jordan 2 Low Off-White collab. This is a shoe that, let's face it, Jordan 2s are not the most popular retro silhouette. Usually Jordan 2s aren't even like considered in like people's top 5 retro silhouette. It's just not a very popular model. However, Virgil, with his artistic creativity, he decided to really modify and remix the sneaker, and it ended up as a really cool release. Virgil went for this really cool sort of like and not antique, but just like an old artifact kind of look. So if you were to find this sneaker and like just find it in a box that was kept away for years and years, you know how the midsoles crumble over time. They did some really cool accents on this, so shout out to Virgil on these, and RIP Virgil. A really cool release. It definitely is going to give a lot more attention to the Jordan 2 silhouette that I think otherwise it never would have got, and it's going to possibly pave the way for a lot more Jordan 2 silhouettes to get respect going into the future in 2022. I mean, hey, it's 2022, could be a year of the Jordan 2. And my correction, it's not just a regular Jordan 2, it is the Jordan 2 Low. They also released a second colorway as well, that black and blue colorway. I personally prefer the red and white colorway. I'll happily buy these for retail, but the resale prices are really high up there, and I probably, I don't see myself paying resale for a Jordan 2. It's just not a silhouette I'm too crazy about. But Virgil, he nailed it on these. With that said, let's get to our number 1 sneaker of the year according to Complex. All right, we're gonna scroll down on my computer together and just experience my my actual reaction on this face cam. So here we go. Our number 1 sneaker of the year according to Complex is the Amat Meniere Air Jordan 3. Okay, not surprised at all. I'm surprised actually the Jordan 1 didn't make the list, but definitely the Jordan 3 had a much stronger impact when they dropped. It is a fantastic sneaker. You guys probably know all about the storytelling on this shoe by now, because it's on the top list for a lot of people out there for when it comes to sneakers of the year. So I'm not going to get into too much detail about the shoe, but it was released on April 28th for $200 US. One cool thing is they actually gave exclusive access for this woman's shoe to women in the sneakers app in America, which is really nice because it is a woman sneaker after all, and it's a shoe all about like just you know, giving power to the woman, paying homage to the woman who raised us, which is really cool. I like that concept. Unfortunately, I took an L on these. It is what it is. With that said, let me know what you guys thought about Complex's top 10 sneakers of the year in the comment section down below. I'd love to hear from you guys and chop it up down there. I hope you guys have an amazing day, amazing week, and I will catch you guys in the next video. Peace out.